Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thought I would go live here and talk to you about a subject. If you join me, do me a favor, type in a big old boom in the chat bar there so I know that you are hanging out with me today. I am going to talk a little bit about this energy battle that everybody is in, and you don't even understand what's happening. First off, you have to understand that you're this energy vehicle, right? You're made out of energy. I don't think any of you could fight against that. You know, your skin's energy, organs energy, your mind is energy. And what happens is, so you have this energy, and people have not been taught at a young age how to understand their energy, protect their energy, defend against energies that don't work for you. So let me make some things, and hey, Chelsea, and then you guys tell me in the chat bar if you can relate at all. Have you ever been around somebody and all of a sudden when you're around them, you get nauseous feeling? Now, I'm not talking about your husband or wife, or maybe it's a brother-in-law or sister-in-law. Maybe it's just a weird person in the mall. Hey, Ted, Greg, what's happening? But did you ever get that like sick feeling of being near somebody? Maybe somebody you don't even know. Or how about this? How about you spent time with somebody, and then later that night, after spending time with them, you felt nauseous, sick, drained, fatigued? Did you ever stop a minute and start to evaluate this and say, hang on a minute, what is this? Now, I didn't know about this 3 decades ago. Now, I've been studying things like Godai, Kujin, energetic attachments, and these things that are called, and it might be a little too much for some of you, but I'd rather give you a little too much and you start to explore it than a little too little and you never understand it. They have these things that are called like soul contracts. Remember, you're an energy field and you own the field until you allow someone else to own part of your field. So most people that are walking around fatigued, sick, they don't have energy, their skin is sagging and just everything. I'm talking young age. And all the time, especially when I'm with my son's friend. I was just with my son's friend and he said, oh, his dad is, like 62 and he's old. I was like, well, wait a minute. That's like a decade older than me. I'm level 52. And I'm like, no, I don't want my son saying you're old. I want him to say, like, I have no idea how you're managing that level of strength and energy. So if we could start to understand what energy is, then we could understand what energy does. Then you could understand the power you could have with your own energy. Not only to create things, everybody wants to run around with these fancy ass words of manifestation and stuff. Yeah, it's just a word if you don't understand what goes into it and how it works. Now, many years ago, probably 30 plus years ago, I remember going for getting a massage. And getting this massage, and then at the time afterwards feeling really sick. And talking to my instructor about people that either touch you or in your energy field. And he goes, look, here's the thing. He says, when someone is touching you or they're doing hands on you, or how many of you have had these tarot card readings, right? Because you're at a carnival or you're at a little town and this woman says tarot cards and psychic readings and you're like, yes, she's gonna tell me my future. Well, not that these people don't have skills, some of them do, but most of them don't know how to protect your energy from their energy and the energy. So now I have these cards, and these cards have every bit of energy attached from everybody, and I start using these cards and pow! That energy locks right onto you. You have no idea that this is happening. You wouldn't have any idea it's happening, but you just know that an experience happened in the last 5 years. You felt sick and you haven't been able to focus and you don't own your mind, and you have all of a sudden anxiety is ramped up to levels beyond belief and depression bigger than ever before, but you don't know the turning point. You don't know where it came from. And it can come as simple as a situation like that, or all these people that are doing these Reiki treatments, like, oh, I got 3rd level Reiki master. Well, do you even know if that Reiki person knows how to keep their energy off of you? Do you even know how to protect your own energy? How do you know that they're not opening up your energy field and taking everything from them, not intentionally? Most of these people don't know what the hell they're doing. And all of a sudden they start doing a Reiki treatment on you, and everything is being pulled into your field that has been sucking their organs, killing their body, killing their mind, is pulled right into you. Now, I bet some of you don't even know this shit's happening. It's the same thing with a mirror. A mirror, a reflection of a mirror or a crystal or anything else, it stores energy. Your mirrors in your house, the reason why people get creeped out in like mirrors in rooms and stuff is because it's storing energy in it. That's why anytime you take over a mirror from somewhere else, you got to make sure that it's not carrying energy. I'll promise all of you, this energy is way beyond what you could imagine, because they're not going to teach you in school. They didn't teach you in school about energy. They didn't tell you how you function with your own energy. They didn't tell you how to protect your energy. And then what happens is, why? Because the world really doesn't want you to be an unstoppable human. They don't. Because if the world knew that it could heal itself and fix itself and it could make itself better, and you can create things from your mind and create it into outcomes. I mean, if you wake up tomorrow morning, Monday, and you start your day by saying it's Monday, oh my God, I can't believe it's Monday. You go to work, you complain to all your friends at work about all the nonsense from the weekend. Tell me how your Monday is. Now you got a flat tire because you created it. Your car got stuck in the mud because you created it. You forgot your lunch at home because you created it, right? Your stomach's hurting you because you created it. Now this is tough. This is a tough thing, because even myself, I sit here and go, oh man, that's not an experience I wanted. Where the hell did I create this experience? Like, where did this come from? And sometimes it comes from the attachments of others, these what we would call energetic attachments. It's almost like energetic invasion. And look, I don't expect anybody to believe what I'm saying. I expect you to challenge what I'm saying for yourself. I expect you to consider trying it on, seeing how it works. This is one of the things. Now, we have a training coming up called Change the Channel. It's coming up in March. It's March 18th and 19th. It is 2 solid days in New Jersey for personal growth, where I will walk you through how to not only understand energy, but understand identity and understand how to shift yourself, understand how to own yourself again. I mean, how many of you really today feel like you own yourself? Or do you feel like your kids have a little part of yourself, and your husband or wife has a little part, and your business has a little part, and your community has a little part, and the news has a little part, and Facebook has a little part? How many of you are feeling like you're a tug of war on your energy field? Type in tug of war in the chat bar if you feel that. Most of the people are in such a state of delusion of what's really happening. If you were feeling like your knees are sore, your back are sore, and you don't have endless energy, it's not because you weren't built by design for endless energy. You don't know how to manage the complexities of all the energies you're around. You don't know how to manage that. So what happens is, what's an identity? Do you know what a midlife crisis is? Let me share with you what a midlife crisis is. A midlife crisis is one day you wake up and you're tired of telling all the lies you told. And you decide that the fact you always wanted a leather coat, a Corvette, a motorcycle and travel, you always wanted long hair, short hair, you always wanted a tattoo or a color, and you made a decision that you've been lying to yourself so long in this fake identity that one day you go, F it, I'm doing all this. Me, I go, good. It's about time. How long have you been lying to yourself? How long have you been living in pain and suffering? How long have you been trying to be something else for the world you're not. Congratulations. I'm glad you're stepping up. Now, you could have stepped up without causing destruction and killing your marriage and killing relationships and killing your own mind. There's always another way. But people rarely, they're so filled with judgments, they're not normally willing to take a chance. I get why some of you won't come and play with me in March for 2 days. Change could be very scary for you. Let me share what will be really scary. Losing your mind and your soul from the pandemic and where we're going in the future. Now that's really scary. Losing your sanity, losing yourself. That is scary to me. Coming and hanging out with me 2 days, finding out, and I don't, look, you guys know, most of you follow me in the stream, you know I don't need you there. I want you there. I don't need you there, right? I want people today to be able to get to the point where they experience what I'm experiencing. Now, I know a lot of people are doing this because I've created more decamillionaires than anybody I know. If I look at the last 24 months, there's nobody that has more fingerprints in people's companies creating decamillionaires. I mean, three more in the last couple months became decamillionaires, not because they figured it out on their own. They came into a world that I was in where I was showing them how to change their beliefs, how to change their patterns, how to change their habits. They go from struggling broke, never thinking they could buy anything, to financially free, to legacy free. And I'm not saying it to brag. I am so proud of every one of them. I'm proud that they trusted themselves to learn something new. And you know what I learned? I learned this in 2022 after spending roughly $175,000 on my own training. I think I know a thing or two. Between my wife and my team, over $175,000 on sharpening our mind, but even more, sharpening our energetic field to understand how do we play a part in this thing? How do we play a part in going? So many people also have hit a level of success that they then stop. They stop right there. Complacency. And I've also watched those types of things completely implode on themselves. You know, they start not focusing as much and the thing blows up in their face. One day they wake up and they were robbed, stolen from, customer satisfaction destroyed. Their children can't communicate with them. And, trust me, I'm not perfect in these fields. The only thing I do is I keep going back and examining. Hang on. How did my mind, how did my body, how did my spirit, how did my energy field create that? Because your life is nothing more than a mirror. It's just a reflection. And I know that's tough to hear sometimes because you're like, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for death in my life. I didn't ask for this thing that bad happened. Of course you didn't. But the inner chaos inside of you becomes the outer chaos. So let me put a little ribbon around this. I know it's Sunday night. Who's on here? Mark Dahl. Hey, brother. How you doing? Dwayne Willard. What's going on? Kathy Heelan. Greg. Man, I got so many friends and family here. I'm super excited you're here. Let me leave you with this. If there's something you should learn about over the next couple of years that's going to be very important for you, not only for your sanity, for your children, for your environment, for your community, for your health, it's going to be understanding your energy. Understanding your energy. The only people that worried about 5G and this stuff is people that don't understand you're in charge of your energy until you no longer think you're in charge. That's how it works, right? The people that fear the news, someone said to me like, yeah, I don't watch the news, and I said, okay, well, I can watch the news. I understand you can't because you don't have control of yourself. You don't know how to control what is trying to enter your mind. So what happens is you have to avoid it. So you can, because otherwise if it enters, it latches onto you. I don't allow things to latch onto me. If anything you set for 2023, 2024, and 2025, in this world we're going to go on. And if you want me to talk more about the dynamics, human dynamics, so many people talk about recession, depression, AI, all these things. I don't worry about that. I worry about human behavior and human development. How are we acting and how are we evolving? And type in the chat bar what you're taking away from this. Just think about what I'm saying about human behavior and human development. Where do you think we're heading with this? Now, if you want me to do more, I'll jump on maybe in the next couple of days and we could talk higher. Everybody is so attracted by the shiny little object. Oh my God, chat, I can create this now. Congratulations. The magic trick's happening to you. You don't even know the rabbit got pulled out of the hat. Step back and look at the behavior of the items, your behaviors, how people are interacting with these things. This is all energetic attachments and how energy is intertwining with each other. I just hope if just one of you hear this and makes a decision, and I have a lot of people in here that been in my world that are studying with me, that are learning from me, that are protecting their energy, which is protecting their family's energy, and created a whole new legacy so their family don't have to bring this energetic chaos forward. Because some of you are carrying energetic chaos from your past, your parents' past, your parents' parents' past. The last couple years now, I've been looking deeply into this, deeper than ever before, and I'm doing it well over 3 decades, and saying to myself, what is happening? Why is this created? Why are people acting this way? Why is depression so high, anxiety so high, suicide so high? Why is this all going on? Is it because of COVID? Is it because of the flu? Is it because of the news? Well, what about this? It's all about human evolution, or the lack of human evolution. Because we are so addicted. I watch people so excited, like kids, about the new little app or the new little function. And then I look at them and say, hang on a second. Okay, that's an exciting thing for you. But here's something would be really exciting. How about investing in owning your mind, your energy, your body, your spirit? Because no matter what anybody's saying, we got a battle going on out there. We do. We have an energetic battle. I've been watching it for too long. I've been studying it for too long. I can see it. And when you look at people, did you ever look at somebody and just go, they just look drained? Did you ever see that? Skin starts looking white and pale. Maybe some of you on here. And if you ever did look at somebody and say, let's use on here, hey, Alexandra, what's happening? Did you ever look at them and go, oh man, they're deflated. They're deflated. Their health's deflating. The divorce deflated them. Life's deflating them. Their mind's deflating them. Well, this is a choice. You don't have to have this. So I hope some of you, only if it's a right fit for you. If it is, go to personalgrowth2023.com. Come hang out with me for 2 days. By the end of day 1, you don't feel like you have created an identity, shifted your energy. Bring your husband, bring your wife, bring your adult kids to it. Invest in whatever, team, invest in anybody you have. Now, I'll give you a fair warning here. This is not a business training. I know a lot of you know me from the business world, from growing a $32 million company with hundreds of employees and selling that in 2017. And a lot of you know me the last decade of changing service industry lives. And I did that for almost a decade of working with, who knows, thousands of companies and changing their life. This is not a business event. I don't do that no more. Well, I still own businesses and stuff, and I have equity in businesses, but I don't do that coaching no more. You know why? Because what I learned, and I want you to write this down right now. And everybody tells you, expanding and growing anything, growing your business, growing your relationship, growing your life, it's 80% psychology. 80%. It's only 20% skills. And I'm such a believer in that I believe in my heart, that's how it will impact the world through Food Dog. We will impact the world. 1 million people or more in a decade or less, 100 countries or more. I'm already going to be interviewed. They're going to be having my book come out in Japan, and we have people in New Zealand and Canada and all over the world. You know why? Because when we can shift the minds, the mind can learn to take its control back, and we could change the world. But without that, just trying to get skill sets, yeah, some skill sets are important. But if I look back and peel back the onion over time and look at what's created everything for me, it wasn't skill sets. I also don't expect anybody, and look, I went through this, like people that worked for me didn't understand why I sold Gold Medal. People that I coached didn't understand why I sold CEO Warrior. Of course you can't understand because you didn't evolve to the level of understanding it. You're stuck in your own evolution. People get stuck in the evolution. You don't understand. If you're still doing the same thing you're doing a decade later, pretty much the same way, just a little better, you're stuck in your own evolution. You're not evolving to the next level. You might say, well, I love it. Of course you love it, but you're not evolving beyond it. When you're evolving behind it, and no one's going to tell me, you know when you are, there's one goal that you want. I hope you want this. Everybody wants to get to their soul level purpose. If that's true, type in purpose in the chat bar. Is that what you want? Soul level purpose. When you get to your soul level purpose, what time is it now anyway? Oh, it's 10:06, Sunday. I got energy like it's already Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Why? Because when you're living at your soul's purpose and you know you're aligned and you know nothing's more important than getting the result that's going to make a huge impact, you will never have to go on vacation because you will be living a vacation. That's what I want everybody to get to the point they are living a vacation, living a vacation. Because when you live a vacation, you're not a slave to, oh my God, I got to go away. I can't go. I need a week away. No, you don't. You need to find yourself. You don't need a week away. A week away is avoiding you finding yourself, your deeper self. You avoid it because, oh, there's so much chaos and confusion. I need a break. No, you don't need a break. You don't need to run away. You need to run into. So type in what your big takeaway is. I'm going to take a sip of water. Hey, Scotty Schreier, what's happening, brother? I'm going to take a sip here. Well, it is water with like residue from protein in there because I keep filling it up. If any of you are interested, there is some seats. It is in New Jersey. There's only 300 seats, and I think we're pretty much half full. It's in March 18th and 19th. Just go to personalgrowth2023.com. Check it out. There's an affordable section for everybody. If you don't want to come, please support someone else. That's what my wife and I have done for decades now. We paid for friends. We paid for family to go to trainings to help them evolve, to help them better. Because if we don't evolve some, if we don't all work on evolving more, next 3 years, it will make 2008. Forget about 2008 recession, about what it did for businesses and money. Yes, I get it. It's painful. I didn't experience that pain because I went into war zone, right? So I never had a down year or a flat year. The less amount we made was $1 million a year because I was training for this. What was I training? What was I training, everybody? Type it in the chat bar. I was training before 2008 and training my mind. I was training my mind. Everybody else, they were either delusional or they were trying to do other stuff. I was training my mind. And we're at a time where you have to train your mind more than ever before. And even if you're that listening to this and you're that broke ass that all you could afford is the iPhone and nothing else, hit me up. I'll send you a free copy of my Mind Power book. I'll pay for shipping and everything. I don't want anybody to suffer. If that's all you can do, I'll get it to you. Otherwise, you know what? See if there's someone you could send. If you know me and I've been in your world, go to a neighbor, a friend, someone struggling. I think we got one ticket. We have to raise the prices on the ticket soon just because we have to, because it's expensive to have guys like Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks at Shark Tank, come, right? Like, he's not coming for free. And we have great speakers. Mike Michalowicz is coming. Mark Evans coming. Buy a ticket for them before it goes up. Save the money and change someone else's life. I don't even you come. Just give me people to keep changing their life. So when we leave in March, we're making our impact together. That's all. That's all I'm hoping for. And if you know someone that's in that bad a shape that they just cannot afford to come, no matter what, and you can't afford to help them, then send me a private message and I'll do what I can to help them out. Because somebody, and I'm willing to do it, and my team's willing to do it, we're going to change things. We're going to do our very best. But it'll be so much easier if you join this movement of changing people and helping them empower their minds by removing the resistance and the attachments that are taking over people's minds. So, okay, that's it. Who's on here? Doreen, what's happening? Corey, what's going on? Kathy. All right, look, everybody, I love you guys. Happy Sunday. Have an amazing week. Keep empowering your mind with Mind Power. If I could serve you in any way, send me a private message. Boom.